Buonasera, and welcome to Celeritas. It's Division 2 night, otherwise known as Friday. And this is Webbo, your commentator from the UK. And as usual, on a Friday night, we'll have our Celeritas owner, Storm, joining us. Storm, how are you?
Welcome everyone. I'm fine, thank you. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, so we're already live. We're up there on the stream. Welcome to anybody waiting to see us and get going on our evenings racing. A couple of changes to talk to you about in a few minutes, and yeah, we'll see you on track with all the drivers very soon. Guest driving tonight, we've got Senna and Jamie. So welcome to them. Hopefully they won't get too heavily involved in any of the championship issues tonight. And speaking of the championship, we have Dittlelick and Bacon pretty far out ahead of the rest of the field so far, although their qualifying form is sketchy, and we often see different people right up at the front. So I think Bacon is struggling in the Red Bull with to drag Red Bull up the grid at the moment, because McLaren with Dittle and with Ben Watson are far out in front at the moment. Greetings to everyone joining us on the live stream. I think we've got six people so far. Let's get you all settled in for a night of excellent racing from our Division 2 guys. Yeah, let me know if you spot something that Storm and I haven't seen. As usual, we've only got two sets of eyes between us. Always helpful to hear from the fans, give your opinion on stuff. Let us know what's going on. It's going to be a tricky one. We're in Monza tonight, and yeah, we're hoping to make it through the first few corners and everything. But there's a lot of talk in the Discord at the moment about how Monza is really difficult for track limit, Storm, and particularly that turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, turn 1 will be. Hopefully everything goes well, but it can. It is the. I think it's the most tricky turn 1 on the whole calendar. So. Yeah,
it's very easy to get caught out, even at full racing speed in the middle of the race, let alone the dash down to try and gain places. Hopefully our drivers are suitably warned and suitably cautious. Have we got anybody serving any sort of quali bans or anything tonight from license point accrual yet?
No, don't think so.
No.
I think it's only in only Division 1 and 3 we have quali bans, but not in Division 2.
Well, we've been doing Division 2 from the start together, and it's no lesser a league. It's just a convenience because we're on our first season. So yeah, don't join Division 2 expecting to get an easy ride of it compared to Division 1. These guys are serious. They put in lots of practice, and they're good, very good drivers. All the same, sometimes we'll see better racing in Division 2 than Division 1, as you say. Less license points certainly at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. We have seen it a few times. I don't know what track. I think it was Zandvoort.
Yeah.
Where Division 2 had way better driving than Division 1. Or it was Canada. There were no incident reports in Division 2.
Brilliant,
None.
yes. Exactly what you want.
Yeah.
Especially as the Division 2 steward. Nice, easy weekend. That's what Storm's looking for. Well, we're all almost ready to get going. Looks like we've collected all our drivers. The guest drivers will race for championship points for their team. So we'll hopefully keep an eye out for their teammate for tonight, and make sure they're not interfering in their championship chances, but helping the team along. Some of our drivers will have audio parties together. Some of our drivers are crazy enough to listen to our commentary during the race, and some of them are chatting on Discord and getting time trials and setups and strategies sorted together. So we'll hit the track soon.
In the chat we have Jamie saying that we have to wish him good luck because he have had no practice. Well, that's almost bingo for me. I only need one more, but that will come.
Yeah, we'll see.
BMW, how does your beer smell, Storm? Yeah, very good, thank you.
I noticed you're drinking Corona tonight, Storm. Is there any sense of irony there, or is it just because it's on offer at the shop?
It was on offer in the shop and it was in the fridge, so that's why. And we're driving in Italy, so.
Yeah. Well, it looks like a clear day. If you've heard anything different on our on the weather forecast for the race, let us know. We don't get that information as commentary team. Let's check in. Looks like Branch is one of the early people out in the pits. Look forward to hearing from Branch Senior in the chat. Great to have Branch Senior involved, watching along. And apparently, Branch's mates, I believe, is it Reese and and Peyton will be joining to watch Branch along. So people are spreading the news, Storm, and our watching figures have been going up lately very nicely, so that's all good.
A few guys are out on track on the mediums.
Yeah.
Two Haas's are on the mediums. Karenov is in the first driver to come across the line. And yeah, Monza is basically a one-stop, medium to soft or soft to medium.
Okay.
So
not too high on the deck. Yeah,
tire wear isn't really a major problem around this track. But with an early safety car, we can see some different strategies.
Okay. Well, I'm going to follow along with Branch for his first lap. Branch usually has some good initial pace in qualifying, and of course he's driving a Ferrari, so he's got his own Tifosi with him tonight watching along. We'll watch the bright red Ferrari without the disgusting green M on the back this year. We'll see how he gets on. Maybe take us through a lap with him if you will, Storm.
I'm just inviting Senna back to the...
No problem. So there's a bit of a lock up into Retifilia, and heads on into the flat out Curva Grande. Down into the chicane, looking very nicely together. Looks like he's going to go for a nice steady banker as he enters Lesmo 1. Through Lesmo 2, misses the apex quite considerably there, so he'll definitely have some time to gain on his next chance, his next drives through. Usually get 3 or maybe 4 fast laps in. Little lock up, you could hear the tyre squeal, and he missed the apex on the exit of Ascari, so again, time to make up for Branch on this lap, but he's looking to make a nice banker. Through Parabolica, the grip is infinitely better on the outside of the exit of the corner there. Hugs the inside line, gets a 120.5. Dare say we'll see something faster from both Branch and some of the other drivers tonight. Ashtube goes in a 120.7. Jamie's just coming into the Parabolica, so we'll stay with Jamie. Ben Watson got a 19.8. Jamie very close to Branch there, look, on a 120.5. Carrera fan managed to invalidate. Sparks goes fastest, look. Sparks in the Racing Point, a 19.3. We're getting closer to that 118 boundary. Some of our drivers have been talking up their chances tonight, but a lot of drivers talking them down at the same time. Here comes your championship leader, Dittellick, in the McLaren. It's coming down the back straight, and he will pick his braking point and get through Parabolica. There he goes. He left some room out there on the exit, and boom, provisional pole for Dittel on a 119.2, showing everybody why he's our championship leader. Great initial time from him, and McLaren showing well on the standings so far, although there is 0.6 of a second between the two teammates.
Yeah, and then both the McLarens back on top again. Only Sparks in between. Division 3 driver in the Racing Point, reserving tonight.
Looks like Jamie invalidated his second attempt, maybe went for two fast laps there, so he's going back through again, I think possibly for his third fast lap, or he'll make it an inner lap, but we'll see. If he was planning on 2, he should have pitted then, I guess, when he invalidated. Haven't looked at the Williams yet. Here's Fast Racing.
Oh, he's getting a bit of a slipstream.
Yeah. This is just his warm-up, I think, this lap. Maybe not.
Oh yeah, it's his warm-up. He's already 2 minutes in his lap.
Yeah.
I just see it.
So maybe he might be a good person for us to do a track guide with you, Storm, because I think he's just starting now.
Yeah, that's fine. And straight into turn 1, braking just before the 100 meter board. A bit wide through turn 1, causing a bad exit after turn 2.
You like a third gear followed by a second gear into those 2 corners?
Yeah, I like to shift down to second gear and then short shift up to 4th because it's a tricky exit.
Wow, okay. Yeah.
Into Lesno. Keeping it close to the inside curb. Don't touch it. You can touch this inside curb. Easy to invalidate there. Getting a slipstream from Ben Crowley. You can gain a lot of time here. Into Ascari. You can cut the inside of the first corner. Taking it very carefully.
Yeah, a sensible approach on the first banker. But
yeah,
there's plenty of time to gain. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Into Parabolica.
That's
Trying
nice.
to get a good exit.
That looked almost maximum there, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It's a 120.8, he's in 10th.
Excellent. Just Ninja Rafa is coming through 120.0, so nothing spectacular from him at this point.
He's going for 2 laps in a row, I think.
Senna's just starting his lap, so guest driving with us. He's using the AlphaTauri. Home field advantage for the AlphaTauri tonight. So we'll see where Senna goes. Entering the first sector now, a 26.3 first sector.
We're going purple. I'm not sure if that's true in this game, but
yeah. So your current order in after the first laps, we've got Dittel, followed by Sparks and Jamie, Dan Crowley, Ben Watson, Liakos, Ashtu, Branch, Bruno and Fast Racing make out your top 10. I think there might be some movements in that order. You see a car getting right out of the way in front of Senna, but possibly kicked up too much dirt to make it a nice, clean, non-distracting situation for Senna there. It looks like it might have cost him a little bit. Concentration at least. 120.007 goes up to 7th place. So nice early lap from him.
I wonder if someone is going to get into the 118s.
I think it's possible.
Yeah, definitely possible.
It's definitely possible from some of the chat earlier in the week in time trial. Whether the Division 2 drivers have got it in them, I can't be entirely sure at this point. I think Branch might be on his next attempt. He's 1.1 seconds under.
Ooh, Ben, 119.0.
Excellent. So, yeah, we had a bit of a battle last week with the McLarens.
Yeah. Oh, Dittel with 118.6.
Good grief! Look at that time from Dittel. Tremendous time. That's a huge improvement, and definitely deposes his teammate down to P2 at the moment. Wow, wouldn't surprise me if Dittel comes in now and and retires from the session.
Yeah,
because that's huge.
Right there, yeah.
You almost don't want to jinx it, do you?
Yeah, he was on like 190.4 and he just improved by, what is it, 810.
Yeah, absolutely astonishing time. So, great job. I'm just going to follow along with Branch. He's about to start his next flyer. Waitsy joins us. Good evening to you. And Branch comes into the pits. So that's that for us. Looks like Jamie is on a lap. P5 right now. He's dropped down a couple of places after those fast laps. He's got a car ahead of him. He'll hope to catch that in the next straight. Taking huge amounts of apex through the chicane there. If that was, I don't know if that's felt like a little bit of. There's a yellow flag, so he's had to abort that lap. It's difficult to make sure you get out of the way of another driver without triggering a yellow flag and forcing them to slow down. So yeah, bad luck for Jamie on that run.
Yeah, on this game, if there's a yellow flag, you can just full throttle and.
Oh dear! I've just watched AshTube just invalidate on turn 2. So he's got a long drive around the track to before he can start his next lap. Dan Crowley's a shade over his own time in sector 2, so he might be able to make something up on the exit of Ascari. He'll bomb down towards Parabolica and hope to try and gain a little bit of time on his earlier attempt. He's missed the apex. That's not terminal in Parabolica, as long as you keep your momentum and your speed going, but he's going to bail out of that one. Sadly, Bruder just joined Bruder, and Bruder invalidates that very second, so that's a shame. Seems to be contagious. Carrera Fan improves slightly up to P10, made a small improvement, but not a lot. Here comes Sparks, having invalidated. Everyone's pushing hard on this second lap, Storm.
Oh, we have Ninja Turtles half a second up on his time now. He did a 121 as a banker lap.
Excellent. Yeah. Liakos is also up. So I'll stay with Liakos. Maybe you stay with Rafa and we'll see who comes out with it. Yeah, I fancy Liakos will get a bit further up here. He tends to have a little bit more speed than a P11 starting position. Just the Parabolica to go now. Right on the edge of Edesian. Liakos willing that line to come to him. A P10, a 1/10 improvement, so not a lot, but be looking to impress the home fans in the Ferrari. Carrera Fans over his time coming out of Ascari. Oh, what's he screaming that car in third for? Damaging the Haas gearbox, I think there. Haven't seen Bacon on track yet. Still in the pits. Military Shadow, Vapor Shadow, or just Shadow we might have to go with now. He's going to change his name. He's in 16th, just invalidated as well.
We also have a few fast guys who didn't set a lap yet, like CH55 Max is always in the top 10, Porchi, in his lap now, and Porchi just started his lap.
Yeah, I was just riding with his teammate who completely goes wrong into the grass on the exit of Retifilio, so he won't be doing any better. Max invalidated his previous attempt, but we'll stay with Porchi because he's usually got a lot of pace, as you say.
Yeah, 26-1 in the first sector. I think that's quite decent.
Because he won't have a reference time for his sectors to compare against for us. It looks like the McLarens are back out again. So Dittel didn't retire from the session, he wants to go for it. He must be feeling safe though up there in 18.6. Slight hesitation from Porchi on the way out of Ascari. Better than an overcorrection, but up to cross the line. First attempt here from Porchi and a P9, so very cool. A 19.7 for Porchi on his first clear lap. Let's head up the grid and check in. Where's Ben and where is Dittel on track? Dittel's just about to start. No, Dittel goes. Yeah, there we go. Dittel's time came in and said 5/10 faster, but it was wrong. I got super excited for nothing.
Yeah, both the McLarens just started their laps.
Yeah.
Just started their laps.
So Dittel slightly over on his first sector. He can afford to push incredibly hard now on this lap. Take every chance he likes. Coming out of Lesmos, that's a good line out of Lesmo 2. We'll get an idea of if he gained anything as he goes under the bridge. Yes, he's under still. He's almost a 10th under his time. Let's see what Dittel's got on the way out. He holds it within the white lines. He's got really good lines going around here, and he's obviously got the car really underneath him. He went outside of the track there, but did he invalidate? Because he's given up, but his track map didn't go red, so no improvement for Dittel. He ran outside the white line on the exit of Parabolica. Maybe he just thought it's not going to get any faster. Anyway, here comes Ben Watson behind him. He's got a Haas in front of him as he rounds out of Parabolica, and nothing. No.
He got caught up in traffic.
Okay.
The 55 Max was there. I'm not sure what happened, but
Sparks is on his way out of Della Roggia. And invalidates in Lesmo 1. So Sparks won't be going any faster. The checkered flag's fallen, so these are the last laps. Dan Crowley's 3/10 under his time. It's currently P7. This could see him go up the grid a little bit. Yeah. P6, so a small improvement for him.
Oh, Bruder, P5.
Nice work from Bruder in the AlphaTauri. P5. Porchi has given up his lap. Looks like Senna.
Yeah,
on a
Senna's
storm.
the next one from across.
Yeah, he's on a bit of a storm up the grid. Let's see what he's got. He's guest driving for us tonight. So, really wide out of Parabolica. Doesn't improve.
He is in P11 though. That's a very good place to start. You can start on
You're right,
tire.
yeah, of course. Here comes Carrera Fan. Crosses the line, makes an improvement up to P10. He might be wishing he got that P11.
Yeah, I think Porchi is really happy with that one, that he got knocked out the top 10.
Bruno's going wide. He's out. Bacon's come in the pits, so nothing special from Bacon tonight. Starting really far down, so he'll have free choice of tyre tactic and he'll hope to avoid the first few corners. I'm not quite sure what's happening with the Mercedes cars there. I think Rafa had a moment where he was nervous that he was in front of his teammates fast lap and just decided to dance off the circuit and drive into a braking marker. But I don't think we're going to see any more improvements. Everybody else has finished their laps. That's it. Dittel gets the pole by 0.4 of a second, Storm.
A very good lap from him. Ben Watson with the 190.0, also a good lap. So you can see that Division 2 is also a very competitive division. The field is really close to each other from P2 up to P14s, all in the 190s.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see the same kind of gaps tomorrow. But for now, that's your grid. Looking forward to seeing how these guys negotiate the first corner. What I'm not looking forward to doing is trying to follow it with the race director cameras. So, yes, your starting order is Dittel, Ben Watson for a McLaren front row. I completely missed Branch there, getting P3 from Sparks. Bruder, Jamie in 6th. Shadow, Crowley, Ashtube, and Carrera Fan are your top 10 starting on those soft tyres. Then free choice of strategy for Porchi, Senna, Liakos, Max in 14th, Fast Racing, Bruno, Bacon, your second in the championship driver, Rafa and Willans make out your full grid of 19 cars tonight. Ashtube says he missed the flag at the end there. So that's a shame. I guess just didn't quite allow enough time to make up to get around the track for the start-finish straight. Okay, any predictions, guys, on weather? That's we could do with knowing. I mean, obviously it's normally quite dry, but and the shadows are quite sharp there on the pit lane. So chances are it's going to be a dry race. But if you've heard anything different, do let us know. Got a fair few people watching. Let us know your prediction. Who's your dark horse? Do you see anybody challenging Dittel? If he can get away from his grid slot, he will of course have the best seat in the house to get round those first couple of corners, unless somebody completely misses their braking point. I wonder if we'll see anybody take that kind of Fernando Alonso approach and just go round the outside and through the exit chicane just to get through that first few laps.
Yeah, hopefully all goes well, and hopefully they won't make it free wide into turn 1, because that is not possible. And people will get damage if that happens.
So we think very likely to be one-stop race for everybody. We've seen someone go. Bacon's been disqualified before he's even got down to the first turn there, as has Bruno. I wonder if those guys came together, Storm.
Oh, they are teammates, so...
They're teammates, and they're your teammates as well. So.
Wow. Yeah.
It's not going well for Red Bull at the moment in any of the division races. So it's going to need to have a serious debrief after the weekend, I think, Storm. Someone else going wrong. I think that was a Mercedes in the background. Hit the wall really hard, warming the tyres. So it's not a particularly narrow track here. There should be enough room for the drivers to get around. Quite sure what's happening. Notice the Haas drivers are together on the grid, as are the Alfa Romeo drivers, as are the Mercedes drivers.
And so the Red Bull.
Well, yes.
And the McLarens. And the McLarens as well.
Fantastic. I wonder if that's setup sharing or just random chance. Yeah, really interesting to see these guys getting ready. The cars look fantastic on in this Italian sunshine. Sparks taking an unconventional line on the exit of Parabolica there. And we've got Branch in a good position on the start, though of course you get the clean side of the grid for the odd number starting positions, but it is the outside of the first turn, so it's part of the reason why it often goes wrong down into Rettifilia.
Hopefully we can get a good view of the turn one. A good helicopter view would be nice, but
it would, wouldn't it? Yeah. It's lights out and go, go, go at Monza for Division 2. It did look like Branch got a good start. Dittle's forced to defend. Contact between the McLaren and the Racing Point as Branch takes that inside line. He's got it. He's got the first position. Virtual safety car though due to that impact. So it looked like Branch swept across the racetrack, avoiding Dittle, who then and then Branch managed to hit Ben, who hit, I think it was Sparks. So drama at the start as we predicted, but more cars made it through than I'd perhaps expected still.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many cars did pick up some damage, but I know Sparks is gone now.
Yeah.
He retired.
I mean,
Ben Watson dropped down the field. He's in last place now with heavy damage.
Yeah, Sparks has packed up.
Oh no.
He's gone home.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't pick up any damage. That's weird. That's good.
Very weird. Yeah. Virtual safety car is over, and Branch can get through Ascari now and try and get away from Dittle. So successful start from him, very successful from Liakos and from Willens, who's made up 8 places at the start there. But it's going to be all action into the first corner again as the Alfa Romeo of Shadow overtakes Ashtube. It's going to leave him vulnerable. Let's see what Ash has got. He's trying to get up the inside of Shadow, who really hasn't given him that side of the track to play with. Shadow's forced to the outside. Takes a wide line. I think he's going to recover this. Yeah, Ash just slightly opposite lock on the way out of Rettifilia. Forced to go around the outside of Curva Grande, but he'll have the inside coming up to the next chicane. Gets on the brakes and gets the move done there before they enter the Lesmos. So yeah, lots of place trading. Bruno's gone out and back in again. He's got back in his car. Bacon still running in P16 here. Looks like Dittle's got a head storm of Branch. We missed that through the Lesmos possibly. Yeah. So he'll be anxious to get away from the grid now.
Loads of different overtakes happening, and the gaps are very close to each other. The Alfa Romeos are...
Look at this melee into Parabolica with the Alfa Romeos and the Haas cars together again. Liakos is watching behind this as well. Bruder, I think, might be challenging Branch. 4/10 looks enormous down this main straight because they're going at such high speeds. Branch locks up into the turn 1. Bruder gets it all wrong on the way out, and he will leave himself vulnerable to Jamie, who will have a much better drive out unless he was distracted by Bruder. Jamie just hanging out on the outside wheel of Bruder. Not quite close enough, but he'll try and stay with him through the Lesmos and on the hunt down to Ascari. Behind these guys, you've got these Alfa Romeos and Haas cars battling. Willens has got up another 2 places, storm into P8.
He's doing very good.
Yeah, staying out of trouble and just making up those places. Looks like Shadow's got ahead of Astube again. Into Ascari. That won't have been DRS assisted just yet, I don't think.
Little-Lick managed to pull out the 1 second DRS gap from
Absolutely, yeah. It looks like Ash and Shadow are really close together on pace here. Let's have a look down at the Williams cars of Fast Racing and Porchy. They're nailed together again. Liakos ahead of them, Senna behind them. Some close gaps there. Ashtube looks like he's overtaking Shadow again. And here comes Porchy on Liakos. Not a lot of racing room given there. I wouldn't be surprised if Liakos's wing won't survive those bumps. It was waggling around. And he picked up a penalty for corner cutting. Cuts the inside line. But it's not enough. Porchy gets in there. Wow. Do you think is this going to be the pattern of the race? We're just going to see places trading all the time. Liakos too heavy on the accelerator. He's now vulnerable to Fast Racing. Let's see. He takes a defensive line into Ascari. Fast Racing gets a huge amount of apex on the second and third section of Ascari and really messes up his traction on the way out. Willens currently P6. I don't quite know how he's doing it. How is he getting past all these drivers?
I have no idea, but Dan Crowley is now going for an overtake of Willens.
Shadow got through, yeah. I think Crowley was actually defending from Willens. They were just together on the line. But yeah, Dan's got good pace right now as well. We'll see if this is smart racing or just using our tyres too hard, and some of the more experienced drivers might be pacing themselves at this point in the race. Looks like Bruder picked up a penalty there, fighting with Jamie possibly. And we've got Willens, Crowley, Ashtube all together on track. You could just feel there Willens getting his dirty air on the way out of Lesmo too. Here comes Dan. Dan gets Ashtube into Ascari. Shadow picks up a penalty. Oh, I hope we don't get too many penalties because it's so hard to follow. Ashtube retaliating on Crowley here. Can he get him, or is he waiting? I think he's waiting for the DRS. Yeah, I think Crowley's going to be incredibly lucky to survive this onslaught from Ash.
PSC.
Yeah, we just lost somebody. I think it was Max. We just lost.
Yeah. This.
Okay, so drivers dropping out. Hope we can find out from Max what happened. Must have had some sort of impact because you don't usually get a safety car of any type without some sort of impact going on.
Or if he retires from track, that can also cause a PSC.
Yeah, true.
We'll see after the race or that.
Yeah. So Ben's pitted, as has Bacon. So let's see what they're doing with tyres right now.
The hard tyre.
So Ben's gone on for the hard, yeah. He wants to push hard all race long. So it might come to him if we get a safety car. Here comes the battle resuming with Ashtube and Dan Crowley. Looks like Willen's getting the best of both of them on the way out of Ascari, but he's going to be vulnerable to both on the way down the start-finish straight. Ashtube gets Crowley. I think Ashtube might get the DRS activation out of that one. Let's see. Here comes Dan Crowley down the start-finish straight. I think we're going to have overtakes every lap tonight, Storm.
That would be nice to see. Willen's going a bit deep, so...
Yeah, Ashtube maybe caught unawares going through Retifilio, because Willems did get away from him there, and the gaps just spread out slightly. But further down, look at the train we've got with Porchi, Carrera, Shadow and Crowley. They'll be all benefiting from multiple tows going down the long straights of Monza. Just running a line astern, try and maximise the aerodynamic change. We've got Crowley on Ashtube again. Definitely seems like it's into Ascari that it's the most popular position, most popular part of the track to pass another driver. Just can't get these teammates together again. Here comes Shadow passing Ashtube now, and looks like Carrera's trying to get Ashtube, and he does into I can't stay with it, Storm. Too much accent, but so far so clean. Yeah, terrific work from these guys. Looks like Bruder's getting back past Jamie. They're heading down into Retifilio, so Bruder got Jamie there. Further down the track, it's getting a little bit tangled up with our famous 5 drivers who just can't get away from each other. Here comes Ashtube back on Shadow. Forced to take the outside, gets the inside line. But yeah, Shadow holds on through Della Roggia into Lesmos. Bit of breathing room for a moment. He needs to focus on an exit here because Ashtube is really hot down that back straight. Boom, we've just lost a Haas. Big time into the wall of Carrera fan. Going through the Lesmos. He goes straight across the gravel. Hopefully he's avoided a big impact and he can recover the car, but that was dramatic. And we lose Shadow. Knocks a corner off the car. VSC. Shadow lost it, pushing hard, trying to get away from Ashtube. Had to end in tears, these cars running together so much. But there you go, there's one place back for Carrera fan anyway, and Shadow won't be playing any further part because he's dropped a corner off the car. Did it on his own, but he was under tremendous pressure. Few people deciding to pit now, Storm. Is this the right time?
Yeah, definitely. The soft runners have to pit now under the VSC, so will they get a half-free pit stop.
Yeah.
And this is not a good VSC for the medium runners.
So Dittel, Branch, Jamie, Willens and Carrera fan all pit during this VSC for a cheap pit stop. That leaves your leaders at the moment on lap 9. Bruder, Dan Crowley and Ashtube, who's managed to stay out of trouble and elevated up to the podium. And of course Porchi. Porchi is on those medium tyres, so he's in the pound seats right now, as is potentially Liakos. I fancy that won't be the last virtual safety car we'll see tonight, Storm.
Hopefully it is, though.
Yeah. There's always hope.
Picking up a drive-through penalty. Not going well for him.
No. We've got Dan Crowley still out on those old soft tyres. He's struggling now. He's going to try and overtake the Haas of Ashtube ahead of him, but that's going to mess up his traction out of Ascari from Porchi, who's got far better grip on these mediums. Porchi will be looking to get both cars on the back straight. I think he's done it before. The braking point for Parabolica. Tremendous work. Looks like Ash, though, will be coming back at him. And battle recommences as Fast Racing goes for the pits. Here comes Ash taking back the place on Porchi. yet again, Ashtube is going to have the most amount of places traded through this race. He's been in the thick of everything. Porchy gets much better traction on those medium tyres. The soft tyres are really going off now, Storm.
Yeah, the soft tyres, yeah, we'll see the last of them pitting in the next few laps onto the medium tyres.
Let's hope they can hold on, because these guys need to pit now, and they should have pitted under the VSC.
Yeah, even with a double stack, it was the best.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, the team that was at front, I think it still was a good, how do you say? A good option to just go for the double stack and lose a bit of time. But
yeah. Next one to come up on those soft tyres at the front, soft tyre runners on the front here is Liakos. He needs to get ahead of these guys and clear some space to make room for his own pit stop. As Dan Crowley overtakes Ashtube into Parabolica. Fancy got that done after the DRS detection, so he might well be the one with the DRS. They both pit. Stamping on the brakes, and Ashtube just cleared Dan as they entered the pits. I don't think anybody got a penalty, but that was really, really close there.
They almost went together at the same time in the pit lane.
I don't want to know what the glitch would take care of that one. I've seen some terrible pit lane glitches online from this game.
Yeah, cars driving backwards in the pits.
Yeah. Here comes Senna. Senna, I think, coming up behind Dittel, or Dittel might have just got him, but Dittel's on new mediums, Senna's on the oldest soft tyres on the track, so Senna going backwards at this point. He'll hope to benefit from a similar arrangement at the end of the race on better mediums, I guess, but by that point maybe they won't be worth much. You can just see how slow he is out of the corners. Can't get the traction down, having to feather the throttle, dance around on the brakes. It's not shy on those apexes though. I imagine Senna will be heading in the pits now, and it'll be a while before we see our current top two of Porchy and Liakos going to the pits. And Dittel is only 1.5 seconds behind Liakos, and he's already had his pit stop. Here comes Senna into the pits. Branch will take that place next. There he goes. Shout out to Branch's fan club, who apparently will be joining us on the stream tonight. Haven't heard much from Ben Watson's army of fans tonight.
At the start, we've seen a few Ben Watson fans, but once Ben dropped down, they were all gone, I think.
Yeah, they're not quite the Will 1, 2, 3, 4 Barmy Army who stay with us to the end. Dittel's getting really close to Liakos. I think this might be a fairly easy opportunity for Dittel. Stay with him. Yeah, here he goes. DRS on the back straight. Job done before he hits the bridge and the braking point for Ascari. So Dittel on his way up the field. Will breathe easy once he's past Porchy, I think, and he'll have the track to himself again. Always nervous as you're making your way through traffic when you've got the pace. Anything could go wrong. Further down the field, be a surprise for you, Storm, but Ashtube is really close to another driver.
What a surprise!
Yeah, here he goes. Screams past Dan Crowley, who got things wrong on the way out of Ascari. Ashtube got another penalty in the process, and we'll have a look at penalties in a few minutes. Bruno's made up a place, so for Red Bull on the older mediums, he's made up a place there. Ash gets fastest lap in that process on these new mediums. Takes a defensive line to try and break the toe, and there he goes. So let's see if Ash can get away from Dan now. No, I don't think so. I think Dan's managing to tuck back in under the slipstream. Up ahead of them a little bit, you've got Bruno attacking Bruder. So I think if these drivers start slowing down again, we're going to have an ash tube set of cars all battling again. Ben on those hard tyres is up to 14th, but that is the penultimate running car at the moment, so not managing to generate a great deal of race pace at the moment. He will probably benefit from some of the pit stops, and certainly if we get another safety car. Here comes ash tube on Bruno now. Bruno makes him go to the outside. Ash, I think, yielded there to make sure he got the DRS detection for the start finish straight. And here comes Ash. DRS open, gets the inside line off Bruno. Bruno didn't make that too hard. Ash is going to cut back in. Bruno's going to lose out to Dan Crowley, and here we go again. 3 or 4 cars are going to be locked together for a few laps. Wow. It's all action, and forgive us if we don't catch every single move going on. Looks like for the lead, I've got Dittel closed right in on Porci. We'll focus in on that one right now. I don't think this is going to be too difficult for him. They enter Ascari. Dittel patient with the throttle, nice and smooth, treating those tyres gently. He knows he's got good grip. I think he might wait for the DRS. I think he's waiting.
He is.
Yeah.
Porci also low on ERS. So this will be an easy pass for Dittel.
I think he's got it done before they finished in Parabolica. So here goes Dittel. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Contact! It looks like Dittel's hit the barrier, knocked a portion off his end plate as he and Porci didn't leave enough room with each other. But
I don't think they touched, did they?
They definitely touched. No, they definitely touched. Yeah. Dittel is going to be fuming in that cockpit because that was his rightful position, and now he's got a recovery on his hands. I don't know if he's going to be able to get round this track comfortably without that end plate that's now missing, or whether he suffered further damage. There may be a slight advantage to having even less downforce in Monza, but he's struggling to get the car stopped through Lesmos. I don't know, Storm, is he going to have to pit?
Yeah, we will have to pit. Maybe he has another set of soft tires left. We can make them work to the end.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what happened there.
You feel for Dittel Lick there, because they were next to each other and they just didn't leave enough room. But I feel that was more Porci's fault, because it wasn't really his place to fight. And he pits now. Porci pits. Dittel pits directly behind Porci, and Branch inherits the lead with his rear gunner Liakos behind him, running out these mediums further into the race. Branch, I don't know, locks up a little bit, but I don't know if that's just his setup into Retifilia. Jamie gets into third place here. Jamie went on the hard tyres and missed it, Storm, and he's up to P3, so great drive.
Yeah, and Dittel is going for the soft medium strategy. That's an interesting one. Maybe he doesn't have an extra set of fresh soft tyres left.
Ash Tube is side by side in Curva Grande with Willens. I think Willens is going to get through. He does. Ash Tube, though, cuts right across the exit apex to get good drive, and we'll try and stay with him through Lesmos and get him into his favourite place, Variante Ascari. He's got good traction out of Ascari. He's going to pick up the DRS. Already in the slipstream. Here comes Ash Tube, not for the first time tonight. It's up the inside. He's going to need to do this on the brakes. It's tight. They're side by side. Little tiny contact. Willans completely compromised on the way out, and looks like he's going to lose to Dan Crowley. Look at these guys. We've got the helicopter cam now. Side by side. Willans defends into Parabolica. I think it will be Dan Crowley who gets the DRS down the start-finish straight, though. Great camera angle. I don't know why we don't have this camera angle over the start for every race, so we can just see what happens and make sense of it all. Here comes Willans with DRS into Retophilia against Ashtube. Ashtube takes the wide line, tries to keep it narrow on the exit, can't get it done. Willans retakes the place. Ashtube in the middle of 3 drivers again.
Willans is up to 4 now.
I mean, if these guys get to the end without contact, I'd love to see their Fitbit record through the evening. Their heart rate will be crazy. I know mine is. So, okay.
Going for another overtake.
Yeah, through the Lesbos around the outside. I don't know. He gets it done. He crosses over the front, risking a puncture with the front wing. Willans cuts back on the inside. He's going to get him done into Ascari. Locks up these guys. One of them's going to have to yield on the way through Ascari, or it's not going to end up well. Here comes Ashtube again, slightly behind. Sorry, Storm.
And then Crowley's just chilling behind and let the both drivers fight and waste all of their battery.
Absolutely, yeah. There he goes, up the inside of Willans. Ashtube got it done into Parabolica. Oh, a little bit of elbows out happening there. We've seen this go wrong for our drivers down the start-finish straight. Porchy with the fastest lap. It's just never stopping. It's lap 18 now. Very soon we'll see those early medium tyre drivers pit. I think Liakos already has. So Porchy pitted early. That's how he got that fastest lap on the soft tyres. Branch is your leader right now. He's got an 8-second cushion to Jamie. Dittle down to 12th. He put on mediums again. So he's gone for a fresh set of mediums to get to the end. He wants to push hard. And he's not far behind Ben. We'll join them in a second. Looks like Liakos and Senna. Liakos gets Senna down into the back straight. Further down the grid, Dittle's just got Carrera Fan into Ascari. Dittle's going to be driving angry right now, I feel sure. And he comes up behind his teammate.
And the players back together.
Yeah.
And now in P10 and 11 instead of P1 and 2.
That's just crazy. Just crazy. Ashtube, another penalty. We'll get the pit stops done and then we'll look at the penalty situation. But I don't think Ashtube is going to be able to hold on to his places. Here comes Dittle on his teammate. Hopefully they're going to make it easy for each other. They were mostly well behaved in Japan, these two, but they pushed pretty hard. And Dittle gets up to P10. Bacon is in 14th, in second place in our championship. So while Dittle has been up to the top, down to the bottom and back to P10, Bacon's just been touring round. This isn't his track, Storm.
No, he's struggling.
Yeah.
We have Liakos again with the fastest lap of the race. If he gets the fastest lap this race, it will be his 4th fastest lap in a row.
Fantastic.
He got the fastest lap in Canada, on Silverstone, and on Suzuka as well.
So something to consider is, I think if you get, for every fastest lap you secure, I think you should get an extra point. So if you do it twice, you get 2 points for the second one. If you do it 3 times, you get 3 points. Just throw that out there. Yeah. Oh look, here comes Ashtube fighting with Dan Crowley again. Ashtube takes the place, coming out of Parabolica. Dan Crowley's going to try and get back under the slipstream and stay with him. Ash is into 4th now, and he has had the most action of anybody else. I'm just going to look at Bruder coming through Curva Grande and taking 2nd place off Jamie. So Bruder up to P2, Jamie down to P3. Branch is enjoying this stage of the race. 10 lap old mediums, and he's drifting away from the other drivers. He's got 7 to go. It's lap 20. Fast, we just lost. No, we've got a penalty for fast racing. Willens and Liakos has come right up behind Willens here. Choosing which side to go. Willens gives him the inside onto Ascari. Liakos is going to need to be careful though, because up ahead of him is Dan Crowley. Liakos gets the place, gets that 6th place. Looks to be heading on up the field. He's on soft tyres. He's got so much more grip than these guys. I think he's going to get, he's got one of them. He's got Ash Tube into Parabolica. Is he going to get Dan Crowley on the way out? 3 or 4 places in 1 lap for Liakos, loving these soft tyres. Here he goes, DRS open, he's got the inside line on the way into Retophilia. Needs to defend from Ash, who in turn manages to get Dan Crowley yet again.
Yeah. And now Ash has the outside line, so you
look at these two. Yeah, amazing. Locked together in battle this entire race. Liakos though, he's going to head on up the field, and his next target is Jamie. Liakos wants a double podium for Ferrari tonight, and who could blame him?
Jamie's 9 seconds ahead, so he has to close in around 1 second each lap.
Yeah. Right, we'll look at those. I think everybody is has got their tyres onto the end of the race now. You have to say Jamie's doing really well on those hard tyres. He's comfortably the highest hard tyre runner at the moment. So Bruder has 3 seconds of penalties. Oh, done! Drifts across the racetrack, just about avoids trouble. Yeah, looks like damaged front wing. He'll head into the pits. I didn't see, Storm, did you, whether there was contact?
No, he just lost it on traction. The same as Ross's Paper Shadow.
Yeah.
Exactly the same moment.
Yeah. It's that exit of Ascari. You just take too much speed and it's all over.
Too much of the inside curb.
Yeah, here comes Dittel. Yeah, one of the features of Monza is just the ability for the track to just take, it demands your respect, because one corner leads to another through these chicanes and it can spit you out into the barriers really quickly. Dittel got Porci while Porci was just rubbing wheels with Senna. So Dittel up to P8, right in the middle of a melee of cars here as he journeys on up the grid and tries to recover this race. But Branch, 9.5 second lead at the moment, driving expertly and presumably now managing the gap to the car behind. There goes Dittel, gets past Senna, so he's going really well. Couple of 3 cars ahead of him have got 8 and 9 second penalties, so Dittel could get back on the podium, it looks like to me. He's certainly going to be aiming for that. Yeah, he needs to have a good night versus Bacon, consolidate his lead in the championship. Here he comes, very close up behind Willens. I think he's going to get this one done. Willens kind of taking the middle of the track. Dittel under brakes, gets ahead on the way into Retophilia, just about gets an overlap and gets the place done again. Yep, there is some of Ben Watson's fan club still here. Hi to Laurie in the YouTube chat. Nice to have you with us.
Yeah, once Ben's back in the top 10, they were all here again.
they've got like an alert set up. I think. Yeah, but Ben's in the top 10, so good stuff. Good driving from him. Liakos now 6 seconds behind Jamie. They're on fairly close penalty situations, so Liakos has left those other cars for dead. Dittel getting past Ash Tube. I wonder if Ash can keep fighting with Dittel, or whether Dittel's pace is just too strong. But there's another place traded for Ash Tube tonight. Here he goes, a little bit further down the grid. Look, we've got Willens, Senna, Porci and Watson all together again. It's non-stop. I think I'm going to...
the only driver who doesn't pick up the penalty.
Look at that, yeah. He's looking to take, he's certainly in a super strong position at the moment and driving cleaner than anybody else. Looks like Porchy was almost forced into making an attempt on Willens there. So Porchy's got the inside line through the outside of Curva Grande. Might try and get the inside line into Della Roggia. No. Don't think so. Not with this camera angle, we can't see much.
Liakos on 12 seconds of penalties now, so that will drop him down the field pretty badly.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Dittel is going to be on for a podium. After all the drama he's suffered, he might still get to taste the champagne. No, he gets another penalty stop. Just as we're saying that, and I think Astube went super wide into the gravel on the exit of Ascari. I wonder if his tyres are going off. It's like 25. We're near the end now. Wow. Okay. Willens, Senna locked together. Ben Watson watching from P10 perspective. I think he's going to have a good run down the start-finish straight here. DRS open. Pulls alongside Senna. Job done. Next target is the Mercedes. Senna's going to try and get him back under the brakes. Watson defends nicely. Nice journey through there. Watson's on the hards. Those are not going to be fading as fast as the mediums are fading for our drivers. And your order is Branch from Bruder. Then Jamie and Liakos are vulnerable to Dittel. Jamie less so, Liakos quite definitely vulnerable. And we've got Astube and Porchy. Can't do this again tomorrow, Storm. It's too much going on. So Ben into P9. He's got plenty of penalties here. Senna picks up another one. So he's not going to compete on the penalty count. Dittel closing to Liakos here. Dittel needs less than 5 seconds to Jamie to get on the podium, and I think he might get that done. His pace is tremendous. He's probably treating those tyres slightly gentler. Just needs to avoid another penalty. Branch managing those, managing everything on the car: the temperatures, the ERS, the fuel, the tyres. He's got an 8-second lead. It's lap 26. So it's calming down a little bit at this point, Storm. We've still got a tight fight for 8th and 9th.
Ben Watson's on 19 lap old hard, so it will be hard for him to get an overtake in Willens. But maybe Willens' medium tires are maybe the tire wear is very high on his old mediums. And Ben Watson is on 9 seconds of penalties and Willens is on 3 seconds of penalties, so it doesn't even matter if he overtakes Willens.
No, that's right. I'm just looking at Dittel. Dittel, I think he's just come under a 5-second gap to Jamie, so it's all about this last lap for Dittel. I'm on the edge of my seat whether Dittel can rescue a podium out of this. This is a famous performance from Branch here in the Ferrari. He's doing tremendous work. Just looking at Senna on his way through. Branch not suffering the pressure of his fan club joining us tonight. They'll be cheering him on from Texas. He's just got Ascari to navigate now. Ferrari looking resplendent at Monza in the sunshine. Bacon goes for fastest lap, Storm, 121.0. He's trying to get something out of tonight, even if it's just bragging rights. Here come Branch. That's his last breaking point done. I think Branch is now nailed on. Runs the car out wide, cuts back in to thank the team. Branch Manch takes a fantastic victory in Monza in a bright red Ferrari. Life is good. Here comes Bruder to take second place. Great drive. It's all about that final lap now for Dittel. Dittel gets third place, yes, right at the death because of the penalties to Diakos. Jamie, I think, made a mistake on that last lap, Storm, because he was behind Dittel as they crossed the line. Ashtube, all those battles, gets P6. There's Willans in 7, Porchy in 8th, Carrera Fan in 9th, and Ben Watson gets the final point for McLaren after they did so well on the grid. Here comes Bruno for Red Bull to get nothing out of today, followed by Fast Racing, ironically enough, down in 13th. And unfortunately, we have our second place in the championship. Bacon is going to be the last one to cross the line tonight. It's going to get the car to go sideways, backwards, a show-stopping finish to an otherwise fairly uneventful race for Bacon and Red Bull. Driver of the day, Storm, was Willans. I'm going to need a break with my voice when we get to the finishing order.
Yeah, very good drive from Willans. We have Jamie saying in the chat that he just threw out before, but he's saying I just threw before out the window.
Well, Branch is doing, is that the Charleston dance?
I have no idea.
On the grid. But he takes the champagne for Ferrari at Monza on the best podium of the year. Terrific work from Branch. Congratulations to him, and it's party time in Texas tonight.
Everybody with a penalty except for Branch.
Brilliant.
Very good job from him.
Yeah. Brilliant stuff. Take us through the order for me, Storm. Let me have a drink.
Branch in first place, Bruder Beast lost in second place, called out by Monarch in the chat from at the beginning of the live stream, so good call from him. Dittelik in third, great recovery drive. Liakos fourth, Jamie in fifth, Ashtube sixth place, Willens seventh, starting from P18 of the grid, Porchy in eighth, Carrera Fan in ninth, Ben Watson 10th place, Senna 11, Bruno 12, Fast Racing 13, Bacon in 14th, and the DNFs from Dan Crowley, Ninja, Vapor, Max and Sparks to finish the grid off.
Wow. Yeah. I'd love to know what happened with Jamie. I'd love to see that final lap with him, but still, on the hard tyres, a great result for him. I think he's driven incredibly well. Wow, that was an intense, action-packed race. I hope everyone on the chat enjoyed it. Let us know your rating out of 5 for that race, because man alive, that was something special tonight. I think I'd love to rewatch that whole race by Ash's point of view, actually. Sorry, Storm, go ahead.
Yeah, it was a chaotic but a good race. Lots of things happened, and yeah, well, it's a lot more exciting than the race on Spa in Belgium.
It's because it was just you and Daradek on that, I think, Storm.
Oh yeah, we were the problem, not the race. It was just us. Not the 2 seconds gap between every single driver on the whole track. It was.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I'd love to speak to Branch. He's usually game for an interview, and we can try Senna and Dittel. I hope we might be good to give Dittel time to calm down. But yeah, it'd be great if we could speak to Branch and hear from him. I'm just catching up on the chat on Discord. Obviously, when people get DNF early, they're not super happy. Branch is willing. I'm sure he's willing to have a chat. It's just let me know. So that'd be cool if we can get him. Dan wasn't enjoying his race with Ash in the end there, but yeah, Ash managed to keep it on track tonight, and I didn't see anything over the line from my perspective. Yeah, I'm sure you can report people in the usual channels. So give me your rating out of 5 for tonight's race in the chat. Love to hear from everybody. Stay tuned because we do like to get our drivers on have a nice chat with them afterwards. Have we got anybody joined in yet, Storm?
Yeah, we have Branch with us.
Branch,
here.
are you here?
Hello. Yes, I am. Sorry,
Wow.
It takes me a little while to load the parties.
No problem, but what a drive that was. That looked absolutely incredible.
I don't know. I feel really bad about what happened on lap 1, and I'm not sure if I deserved it, but
it looked like take us through it from your perspective, because the way it looked to us is it looked like you were kind of jinking around to try and dodge Dittel and ended up unknowingly hitting the other McLaren.
I got a really good start.
You did, yeah.
I don't know what happened. I've never gotten a better start than that in my life. And I was coming up on Dittel really quickly. I was going to go to the left, but he kind of closed it off, and I didn't want to go onto the grass, so I decided to go to the right. And I thought it was open, and it wasn't. And yeah, it's completely my fault. I can't, it's no one else's except for my fault. So,
yeah. I think that the McLaren was also in a battle with somebody else as well, and it was just one of those situations that you get quite often. But coming out of turn 2 right to the end of the race, it looked like you had a tremendous drive today.
Yeah, I mean, it felt great, honestly. Yeah, when that first VSC happened, me and Dittel dove in a bit early on lap 8, and I was a bit worried about being able to get the tires to the end, so I was kind of just cruising. And I was honestly fine with just finishing second. I was gonna try and cruise to the end. Yeah. And then I saw Dittel. I passed him on the street, and I was like, "Oh my God, there's my chance!" And I wasn't gonna give it up after that. So
no, and you walked away from the rest of the field towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, I was really honestly just trying to keep the car on the track. I didn't want to get any penalties. I didn't want to lose it, so I was just trying to be as careful as possible.
Yeah, did you see that you were the only finisher without a penalty tonight?
I didn't see that. No, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, my tires were just about dead at the end of that race, so it wasn't a few laps longer.
No, fantastic. And you were racing with extra pressure tonight with lots of fans watching you.
Yes. I'm getting texts right now.
Awesome. So. Yeah, really, really good work. I really enjoyed watching that. We stopped by and we mentioned you plenty of times on the track, but man alive, we saw some battles further down the field. It was virtually, there was at least an overtake every lap, if not more. So
wow.
Yeah, we are. It'd be great to watch back. I don't fancy the job of whoever does the Division 2 highlights this week, because it's going to run almost full time.
I was hoping at the end. I saw Liakos was making a push, and I was hoping we could get a couple Ferraris on the podium. Fortunately, it didn't happen, but he had a great race as well. He started 11th, I think, finished 4th or 5th.
Yeah, so. He did. Yeah. It was really good, and he was on track a podium, but he just got too many penalties, and Dittel managed to recover it. Yeah.
But great job by him.
It was, and it was really fun to watch tonight. How will you celebrate the win?
I'm driving home today to hang out with my parents. So I guess just hang out with them.
Awesome. Well, I hope you enjoy that. And next race is Australia, so a fairly similar challenge to tonight.
Yeah. I will say Australia is probably my worst track, so...
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Well, not too much drink to celebrate tonight, and hopefully you can get some practice in ahead of next week. But of course, it's a different track, Formula C on Tuesday, so you have to split your practice time.
I have a nice little team radio that I'm going to send in a little bit of how I celebrated at the end of the race. So,
oh, cool. Okay.
that's nice. I'll send that in chat pretty soon. But yeah, that was a great race. I enjoyed it.
Good stuff. Okay, well, yeah, great to talk to you, and I think we'll perhaps have a chat with someone else in a minute. But yeah, good job, and congratulations on the win.
Thanks.
Thanks, Branch. Sorry, Storm, I was listening to Branch and I didn't see if anyone else has joined us.
Yeah, Will, are you here?
Yo.
Hey, Will. Dramatic race, or up and down the grid. How did it go for you tonight?
It was really chaotic. I mean, I didn't get a clean lap in quali, so I started P20.
Yeah.
And then on the exit turn 1, I was in P10. So.
Okay, we thought it was a more gradual journey up the grid, but yeah, that was something special.
Yeah, I mean, I was possibly. I think I was doing pretty well, and then the VSC came out, and I was coming through Parabolica, so I was able to duck in and get onto the mediums, and then I was probably on course to maybe finish somewhere around P4, and then I did this Spinella. It's Italy, so got to do a Spinella. And then that was it. It was basically 4 wide for the next 10 laps, fighting from P6 to like P9.
Yeah.
I got. I can't remember what the guy's name was, but I got him on the very last lap, the Porchy dude, into Parabolica. He made a mistake through Ascari, so there was 1/100th between us at the end. So.
Okay. Well, I hope we can see I'd love to see your footage of that turn 1 as the entire field just waved you on by, and then the finish. It'd be good to get a photo of that finish because that can't be much closer. So yeah, fantastic. And you got driver of the day today.
Did I? I didn't notice. Awesome.
Yep. So congratulations on that. Yeah, it looked like a dire start for Mercedes, but rescued a result out of it in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at the qualifying results afterwards, and I was, I know I've had a bad one, but maybe the teammate's done okay. And then I realised that I was last, and my teammate was second to last.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
I was like, okay, maybe not the best weekend for us, but.
But yeah, no, it's always worth sticking with it because incidents happen and people retire and rage quit or have contact and it all goes horribly wrong. So it's good to be patient and it's good to stay clean. And it looks like it worked out really well for you tonight.
Yeah, it paid off. I mean, I did the last 10 laps with half a wing, just trying not to get too many penalties, and it worked out. Yeah,
I was talking about that because the same thing happened to our race leader, Dittel. He lost his end plate and I think one section on one side. He pitted to replace it, but I wondered whether there might be some advantage for driving around Monza without part of your wing, if you can cope with it.
I wouldn't call it an advantage. But yeah, it was. I mean, if it's going to happen on any track, it's better to happen at Monza than somewhere like Monaco. So.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Well, congratulations. How are you feeling about the challenge of Australia next?
It's one of my favourite tracks. It's one
of
my really good tracks.
I hate the place. So.
Do you? Oh no, I love it. It's the most underrated track on the game, honestly.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Well, I don't often hear that, so good to know, and we'll look out to see how you get on next week.
Yeah. Cheers.
Good stuff. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks, Will.
No problem. Thanks for the broadcast. See you.
Cheers, man. Wow. Okay. Yeah, really interesting to hear Will's perspective, Storm. Any thoughts on the race?
Chaotic. The only thing I can say is chaotic.
Definitely.
Yeah, a bit of too much happened to catch it all on stream.
Yep.
We needed 5 more pair of eyes, I think. But...
Yes, definitely. Well, if you've got some hot footage and some good highlights, send them on to Zonic. He's our Division 2 editor, and yeah, he'll enjoy making something that's presented in his usual fantastic style at the end of this. Do you think we're likely to speak to anybody else tonight, or are we done?
Yeah, Carrera fan says that he's here, so I can invite him really quick.
Okay.
We can, as the last one.
Sure thing. Just do me a favour. I've just got to hop away for a second. Talk to Carrera fan for me, thanks.
Yeah, of course. I'll do my best. Hey, Kevin, are you with us?
Hello?
Hi. How was your race
Hey.
going?
Uh, it's definitely not one of my best ones. It, a lot of things didn't go right today, and yeah, but the decent thing is I did actually get points, but yeah, it was a mixed race. So much traffic in the midfield. No one could get past each other, obviously, because it was a train of cars. Everyone's getting slipstream on each other in DRS, so no one was going anywhere, and I had a bit of contact that made me spin out and into the wall with damage, so that didn't help either. So yeah, but I managed to get into the points, which is the main thing.
Yeah, we saw that you were involved in that fight with Dan Crowley and S-Tube, right? In the middle, the midfield. With
Yeah,
Vapor Shadow as well, I think?
yeah, two alphas as well. Williams, yeah, my teammate as well. So it was
Pretty
really
busy.
hectic. Yeah, I was almost considering on taking the undercut, but obviously it was way too early, and I just had to keep back. And one of those incidents, I'm not sure if you caught it on the stream, but where you see a car go off completely into the wall. Yeah, that was because one of the Williams went wide, and I
Yeah.
took the opportunity, and I was ahead, and I turned in as much as I could, but unfortunately he was going too fast, and he made contact with my left rear and spun me basically. So yeah, but yeah, it was
Yeah,
it was it was
unfortunate.
not fun to stay in that midfield battle.
No, understandable. Was it just a bad track for you, or was the race just, it didn't go the way you want? Or
I think it's a bit of both, really. I mean, I obviously did quite a few setup runs and time trials, and I had very good pace on both, and I was looking at 1 minute 19.0 for my time, but I actually only got like a 119.5, or no, not even a point 6, I think. So it's a shame, and that was actually same with my teammate. We were obviously in the party to discuss strategy and all that, and we just didn't
yeah.
have the pace for some reason. We just it just completely switched off, and then obviously race as well. I had to go on the hards due to that contact, and that's
hmm
not my tire choice. So I had to just get it home, but go as fast as I can, basically. So yeah, but it's not my strongest, but it's not my weakest. So it was just a regular track for me, and but just unfortunate the pace wasn't there from me and Ash.
Yeah, okay. And what about Australia? Is that a better track for you, or a worse track? What about that one?
Australia has been probably one of my best tracks for all the F1 games. I've been really strong with it. It's for me, I just flow with the track, first sector, second sector, especially third, and yeah, I'm feeling confident about that one. That's one of my good tracks, and yeah, hopefully the strategy and everything else works out. And the good thing here with that is if there's traffic, it's not going to probably be like the train it was on Monza today. So hopefully it should be better. There's more overtaking opportunities instead of that main straight, the back straight, and yeah, so I think it's going to be better track for me and my teammate.
Yeah, hopefully you can do well and score some big points around there. Because I'm looking at the standings right now, and you are exactly in the midfield of the standings right now. So you can use some big points around there.
Yeah, definitely. I think Australia will be the halfway mark of the season, and and hopefully it's a time that can change what I've done in this first half and adapt it to the second half. And points wise, I think I've been really unlucky. I've had points. I've had the pace to definitely get 6 points per race. P7 or P6. I've had that pace, but some races I just haven't had the chance to put that pace in or get lucky results like that's been earlier today. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, Australia is a good track for me, and hopefully I can get a better quali there as well, and then start the race higher up and just focus on that then.
Yeah, you seem to score. You seem to get into the points almost every race. You got points in every race except for Britain. Is that your race strategy? Just take it easy, don't get much penalties, and bring the car home inside the points, or is it just unfortunate and you got almost let's see.
Yeah, it's definitely, for me, the goal is to get points every race. That's the main thing. You know, consistency is very key
Yeah, that is definitely
in
true.
this league, and so points at all races except Britain is good. But I know I could have gotten more points. Definitely, I believe last race Japan could have gotten more points. I think it was good though. It was just maybe one position I think I could have gotten, but I didn't. And especially today, I think I could have gone way higher than P9, probably right behind my teammate P7 maybe. But yeah, I'm hoping to get more points in the second half. I think there's more stronger tracks for me in the rest of the season than there was for the first half. So hopefully it starts to go my way, and yeah, hopefully there's no carnage on the first lap.
Yeah, hopefully everything goes well for you in the second part of the season. We are indeed halfway through now, and yeah, well, good luck in the second part of the season.
Thank you very much. All right, see you, lads.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Well, yeah, thanks for handling that for me, Storm. Yeah, it's also a quick race in Monza, so we're done a little bit early tonight. we can we can head off, and hope you can enjoy another Corona tonight.
I'll do.
Okay, well, I think that's it, folks. It's been a pleasure sharing the evening with you, watching some great racing. We will we'll see you tomorrow night, same time. We'll see you Tuesday night at 2 hours later for Formula C, and for Division 2, of course, at the same time next week. Anyway, whenever you can join us, we'll be really pleased to see you all, and we'll catch you on the next race day.
Good night, everyone.